Well, here we are again.
It actually feels like it's been ages.
It was a while, and I've been sick, so it feels like fucking years since I've
I
done
know,
anything
I'm
for the
about to
last
get
few days.
infected. God knows what I'm going to get infected by, but...
Well, we can try and infect each other after the podcast, Shane.
That gaydar, man, I swear to God, that gaydar just... Woo! I'm telling you. Holy moly.
Oh, I'm dying.
Ric Flair all over the place there. Did you see Ronda at WrestleMania?
What?
Did you see Ronda at WrestleMania?
I did see Ronda at WrestleMania. And did you see the beautiful combination she threw on Stephanie McMahon? The 1, 2, the body, and then she hit her in the body and dropped her.
Did you see how she has loads of fans and friends again?
Yeah,
She got treated disgustingly when she lost.
Dana was there and all, wasn't he?
I know. Her fall from grace.
Would you really call it a fall from grace? I think it was more of a ignoring the MMA public for a while and leave me alone. Like, she was still enjoying her money,
just the backlash she got because she lost the fight. That's one of the hardest things about fighting. Like, for example, there's football on all over at the moment.
Yeah.
The team goes out and loses the match. Yeah, the fans will slag them or whatever. But whatever, it's accepted. They lost. So
Yeah.
Fighters lose, and Jesus Christ,
they do get abused. Like,
and the crazy thing is when other fighters join in and start abusing them, I'm like, don't you understand? Aren't you in the same business?
There's not many lads with a 0 on their record. You know what I mean? Khabib has a, but Joshua still.
You
has
went
a
there
but.
already.
I went there already, but
It's
like
too
Joshua
fast.
has a
Too fast.
Too fast. But
Thought you wanted to talk about condom sniffing before we got there.
yeah, okay.
Kevin hasn't stopped about condom sniffing.
Let's talk about this stupid shit going on. So first of all, they were eating washing machine tablets. The plastic ones with the aerial. Kids were eating them and dying. And now, they're snorting condoms through their nose and pulling it through their mouth. But I don't understand what the reasons for. Is it just like is that a whole 17-year-old kid wants to go viral for sniffing a condom?
Is that how old they are? 17?
Everybody seems to be doing it.
Oh,
I'm sure you're going to see a 90-year-old granny doing it on the video. So I'm sure we find a 90-year-old granny on YouTube doing that.
I would laugh. 90-year-old granny with a condom hanging out her nose. The only time, like, they do it between the nasal cavities, don't they, or whatever it is. The only time, like, I'd be eating, like, pasta or something, when you sneeze or you coughing, like, it comes out. Never have that happen. Never had a bit of food go up.
I don't actually. I had pasta this evening, but no, I didn't have that type of pasta. That's spaghetti, isn't it? What are we on about?
I don't know. It's you and your bleeding condom sniffing.
Nah, but it is mental. Like, it is the whole thing. Like, they're putting videos up from themselves sniffing fucking condoms, and like, just to look cool. Maybe, I don't fucking know. It is to look cool, or just to go viral.
Is that the society we live in this day and age? Like, where
Everything has to go viral.
it's not even that. Like, no matter, people are searching for something, you know, through social media, like, be it acceptance, be it fame, be it whatever, any of these things. But the things people are willing to do, it's crazy.
Yeah, I love the way it got so deep there.
Oh, didn't I?
It brought the level down. It was like,
That's my matureness, the daddy in me coming out, you know?
let's go deep with Shane.
Oh, God. Like,
But anyway,
am I alone in my gaydar going off?
It's not gaydar.
It
It's just
is.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality. All right, let's go with that. But anyway,
Oh my, but you're making me uncomfortable with your sexuality.
Let's go past the condom sniffing.
Do you know what I actually did see that I thought was really strange? I was a bit all over the place, and I actually went up and looked at the ad, but they brought out a movie, and it's called the Problem with a Poo.
Oh, you sent that to me, and I looked at the trailer, and will this PC bollocks of a society calm down? A poo has been telling everybody to thank you, come again, for 25 years. They're on their 28th season. Like, they could have got offended 20 years ago, when it was only starting to get big, but not now. Poor Apu, and Apu's done by, like, he's a white guy ish with a little bit of tint in
Hank
it.
is
He's an actor on a few things, but like he does the stereotypical really racist.
but that's what the problem people have with it. As this one guy, I don't know his name, but he made a documentary about the Apu stereotype and why he doesn't like it. And I'm like, anytime I see anything Irish or associated with Irish and anything, and in fairness, look, we have it there.
Yeah,
alcohol. There's always they're always drunk.
I know.
They're always dancing, singing, wearing green.
But what show
staying
is that
top
that
of the
has
morning?
the angry leprechaun that just pops out randomly everywhere? Is it The Simpsons or is it like Futurama or something? I have to figure it out now. There's a show that literally always has an angry leprechaun jumping and just jumps out and goes crazy.
We are on all the drugs tonight. This is great.
But right, condoms. Then we went to Simpsons, and before we do anything, Shane, we have to try this whiskey. I went to Finglas and had 4 buses for it.
Now it looks
and
like you've tried it already.
Now that was brought away to Galway, and I tried to whack into it.
Well, you were an absolute embarrassment to your same and your name and the Irish stereotype.
I drank a third of that on my own.
You brought that away. You brought that away, and you came back with it.
Well, yeah.
You were that person that goes to a gaff party and brings the drink home with them, aren't you?
Essentially, yeah. I put the cans back in the back and I'll walk home. But
in fairness, it is a cool bottle.
It's that bottle's going nowhere when we finish that. No, when I finish that.
We finished that.
Right, go on. Pour.
See what I just did there?
Yeah, I know.
I sniffed them.
I know. Do you ever walk in a bar?
I actually sniffed them.
Do you ever walk in a bar?
No.
Do you know how to measure a shot?
Nope. But I know how to get myself drunk.
That's too much. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Right.
We're not walking in a bar. We're getting each other drunk.
I'm not working in a bar.
Yeah, you've already told me that this is a bit like petrol. Right. It's a bit
Cheers,
harsh.
sir.
Cheers. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Actually, we'll give you a heads up. What we actually are planning on doing is, I'm sure most of you have seen companion shows where like you watch fights or like Joe Rogan does it and all. But we're basically going to be branching out and having ScrapChat sessions where we're basically going to get some people in. We're going to have whiskey available, and we're going to...
Not my whiskey.
You stingy bollocks. But yeah, look out for that. It's currently...
It's in pre-production.
Yeah.
Pre-production.
Pre-production. Yeah. It's just being talked about at the moment, but look forward to that because watching fights or watching all fights whilst drinking whiskey with a couple of lads is going to be good.
It always gets a bit of crack. Like I'm like, I think on the last couple of years I've really started. I know
it's hot in it.
But the thing is about it, I've opened that bottle now, and when I first opened it, it was really rough. Now it's smoothly going. It's a lot nicer than I tasted it before.
Do I have to say anything?
What, rough on the throat? I like it.
So we actually managed to make it probably 5 minutes, and we didn't mention a certain Mr. McGregor's name.
Yeah. Oh Jesus!
Now,
that just hit me in the back of the throat.
Last week, as the world was falling apart because one Irish man broke a bus window.
True, Dolly.
Like I'm not gonna like. Okay, it's bad, right? He broke a window on a bus. He injured people. He stopped them from fighting. But Jesus Christ, I'm in no way condoning it. But like
the world is condemning him.
He didn't shoot anybody.
No, he didn't shoot anybody. John Jones hit a pregnant woman, ran back to get his coke from what the police said, and then ran again and jumped like.
No, I don't want to use anybody else.
His leg was it or something with his arm?
I don't know. I don't want to use anybody else for, to say, well, he got away with it. Why shouldn't Connor? Like, obviously,
no, it's not. Jones didn't get away with it. He got like a 2-year ban.
It was a bit of a mad scene. We had last week's episode with Richard Coyley,
yeah,
and this was all unfolding. Yeah, so we didn't really know what was going on. Obviously, we've looked into it since then, and it's not great. It's not what you want to see happening. But like,
no.
This is it's a fight business. Like, you're gonna expect, like, during media weeks for people to stand in each other's face. They're probably taunting each other all the time. Then you like have them like two dogs on a leash, constantly doing this. Because
some fighters, when they're going head to head and all that.
Not even that. Like, but what I'm saying is, like, you have people fighting and they're constantly put in front of a crowd to either be macho or cause a scene or sell a fight. All this stuff, right?
At the end of the day, to sell the fight.
Then they go in and they kill each other. Like, they absolutely bash each other. Like,
and then people make comments after the fight that didn't fight hard enough or didn't live up to the hype. Well, just fuck off. They're professional trained athletes and they're going to punch each other in the head and kick each other in the face.
Was it right what happened? No. Should that happen? No. It shouldn't happen, right?
But I'll give you my opinion on the only part that I think, if it's true, because nobody knows the background. Nobody knows except in the inner circle of McGregor's lads or whatever. If he was actually, because I watched that video with Khabib, there was like 20 lads standing around Artem. So if that whole thing was Connor's like, fuck this, gonna go over here and look after Artem.
Say that again, that was a good impression.
Fuck this. I'm not bleeding out for him, I'm not good at the old impressions. But like, if he did that for his mate, like, that's great. Like, you look after your friends because your friends look after you. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a fight night or Connor's been at something, or like I've seen Connor, I think it's 2 titles in Cage Wars and all, and I was in the UFC in Vegas against Mendes. But you always see Artem with him, and that's a friend. Like, that's, so if it did happen, I agree with it. I agree with the idea of going over to back him up. But the whole thing with getting the fighters injured, I think Connor actually, I think someone said that Connor apologized about the fighters getting injured and stuff like that. But I think he said, Dana said that it had to be done because, like, Khabib and all, yes, Khabib and Russia and Putin and whoever his friends are, they're real gangsters. Like they're the big lads at the end of the day, whatever. But Conor doesn't give a fuck. He didn't care. Like he was screaming. You could see it in the embedded video.
That I think is a problem because he should give a fuck. You know.
Yeah,
like,
but the whole thing is, Shane, like
he had a moment of madness. You know?
He did, and
it happened. It's
he
happened
was,
us all.
He was on fire. You can see it in the video. He was on. Get the fuck out of the van or get out of the bus or something. He was screaming
when he threw that. What? See, this is the thing as well, right?
Why are we
calling it a trolley? Why are we calling it a dolly?
That's what it is.
But I never heard of it. Like that's the American word. I mean, you call it what the Irish call it.
Trolley.
I'll call it a trolley or a hand fork or whatever it is.
A hand fork.
Not a hand fork. Yeah. I don't use dolly. That's kind of strange. But when he threw it, thank God it hit the stand in between the windows.
Yeah, because if I had it went straight through, it would have had a lot more damage.
Christ, it would have been much worse.
And someone made because I'm a bit of a like when I'm bored, I can see the comments and all. People are like, that looked a lot like a WWE razor. Let's see with the razor blade to do in the hand, razor blade cut. I don't think so.
You see the abuse Ray Borg's getting?
Because he was wearing glasses. But the whole thing they put out is he put a picture out that he actually has glass in his eye. So it wasn't a pair of I think
there's been loads of footage and pictures circulated. Now supposedly, I don't know how true it is, but I did see people saying that Ray Borg tweeted that he was fine after and then deleted that tweet.
Ooh.
I don't know how true that is. If you want to even pull that up and try to see, well, but I did see Joe Rogan and Baz Rutten when they were having that podcast, and Joe made a great point. And he just said, reverse the roles. Now, imagine...
I listened to that the other day.
Imagine you have Conor and Khabib fighting. And Ray Borg goes on a mad one. And throws a trolley through the window. And it cuts Conor's eye. And Conor's out of the fight. Ray Borg would be fired already.
He would have been cut from the UFC.
Yeah, he'd been cut straight away. Dana would have went on a mad one, would have cut him. He'd be gone. The UFC would probably sue him. Like he would be like
because Conor's the cash cow. Conor's the golden. You can't really call him a golden boy because he's not really being looked after in a sense. Like fucking people are throwing brown envelopes all over the place. He was put in fucking jail for God's sake. He was put in handcuffs. But he's the cash cow.
Like if you, I mean, what's really bad about it? He hurt people.
Yeah,
right.
That's the only.
That weren't involved. That's the bad thing, right? If you go back through combat sports or the history of fighting, you're gonna see craziness, throughout it.
Like Tyson, was it Tyson Lennox Lewis? Where literally Tyson tried to punch the fuck out of him during the press conference.
He got smart with the white reporter, and he was like, "I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot." Yeah. Like, imagine someone saying that. Speaking of the PC and social justice warriors,
the shit that man said, like it's something else.
Yeah, like it's just madness. Can you find out about that Ray Borg tweet?
I'm looking for it here, but it doesn't look because it's very hard to find someone who actually treated the. I'm told Ray Borg was sitting beside Kessa, but you won't know. But another one I did see. If you're on that bus, Coco put a tweet up.
Did he?
Saying, "Conor, come on over to us. We'll have you over," and delete it from what I seen.
Of course he would, because he would be looking like he's condoning his behaviour. Do you know that's the crazy thing about this?
It's getting nice, isn't it now? As you
the crazy thing about this day and age and media and the platforms that people have. Yeah. Do you know the crazy thing? Do you know how many people I would sit in person with or sit off camera with and ask them, what do you think of that situation with Conor? And they'd break their heart laughing. They'd say, fucking deadly, I loved it. And then the same person would go on camera.
I don't condone that.
And do you know why? Because you have to. You have to look. Because there's so many people out there. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. Yeah. People, it's almost like you can't be honest anymore. You can't.
Well, you can't really. Like if you put up your honest feelings about everybody, you'd lose probably like 60% of your friends. Really, at the end of the day, everybody has a problem with everybody. Like that
sounds like an episode of Jeremy Cole you were going on about. I'm not talking about that.
No, I'm talking about if you gave your honest opinion on a lot of situations that you weren't held back on, you would lose a lot of people around you in that type of sense. Like you won't ever get anybody, like, for example, that works in media and stuff. Yeah, Conor's a scumbag and this, that, the other. And
you would. There's been a few people saying that.
Yeah, but they
Did you see that debate on RTE where you were calling him a thug?
I seen that, and your woman looked like she bleeding, like she hasn't done a day. She goes, MMA is not a sport. Now, the one thing I didn't agree with, I think I've said this before, they said that Conor put the UFC on the map. No, Conor brought MMA and the UFC to another level It didn't put the UFC on the map.
Hmm.
The UFC was bought for 4.2 billion. It was like the largest bought of a sports league in history or something. It was already there, but Conor was literally the cherry that topped the cake. Where there was a level of money they were making, and they were like, "We got this Irish lad in here who sells pay-per-views." Like,
I've no doubt that the price that it was bought for, he had something to do with it.
Yeah, and from what you hear and from what you kind of see from interviews and reading stuff, that he was a bit of a proponent in the selling of it. Listen, we have this pay-per-view fucking marvel. If you buy the company, we'll have him as well. But did you see the whole thing about the new TV deal?
No.
ESPN and NBC are gonna split the UFC TV rights, so there's only gonna be 6 pay-per-views a year, which I agree with. Because then you can stack the cards a lot better.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you meant 6 events.
No, I don't think that. But they're gonna condense a little bit and clean it up, and there's no more Ultimate Fighter. It's gonna become the Contender Series. Because it's a better name and all that shit. And I'd say it's like anything. It's like if you don't recycle, if you reuse something too long, it becomes stale. Even though the format's exactly the same in the Contender thing. Didn't Sean O'Malley come from the Contender?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going back to that RTE debate, one of the things that one of the girls, I don't know her name, I don't even want to know her name.
The fat one.
Jesus
She
Christ.
she wasn't the
yeah,
skinniest.
guys, I'm telling, listen, them PC Warriors I now have to use for that. Fucking hell. Yeah, I had nothing to do with that. But one of the girls said, and it was disgusting what she said. She said if her child was in hospital, she wouldn't even want Conor to visit. And I was like,
that's bollocks, because
Jesus Christ, like, what is wrong with you?
You can't control who your children's heroes are, and if at the end of the day kids see Conor left hand knocking out bleeding Aldo, whatever happens, and they're like, oh my god, he's amazing, I'd love to meet him. Imagine, like, Conor didn't a while ago, he secretly went into the children's hospital, went around and look, like, whatever persona he put out on in public, he seems to be doing a lot of things privately to help people and be nice, and fair fucks to him.
Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and blindly support Conor. You know, what he did was wrong.
Yeah, it was.
He
a little bit more there.
He shouldn't have done it. I'm sure he knows that by now. But the whole incident, right? We did touch on Khabib and Artem first. If Dana is going to be pulling Artem from the fight, right now, fair enough, Artem was in the back when all that happened.
Did you see what he was like during it? He was literally like, oh, now, fuck.
He did run at Conor once to try to stop him, and then he did pick up something else. But my issue is, right, and if you're going to have one rule for everyone, you have to apply that rule. You can't pick and choose. But
that kind of brings you then to the rankings, everything. It brings you everything to do with the UFC. It's at the very start of it, the UFC was developed or invented for what's the best martial art. Then it hit the level where MMA is its own martial art, and then it hit the level where we have these pay-per-view stars like GSP and stuff like that who sell in their own different regions in the world or whatever. And then now what we have is the social media style fighters. Conor is the most vocal fucking fighter in the world, and he was the perfect storm where he has the skills, and he basically exploded because social media was at the perfect stage. Like if 10 years ago Conor was like that, I don't think it'd be as big
social media.
I do, because at the end of the day, alright, if you're putting a video up of, let's say for example, this Irish lad from Dublin, and he's there going, I'm gonna rip Aldo's head off, blah 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 blah, you'd have to bleeding go find that.
Send a pigeon.
What?
Send a pigeon?
No, but find that video on the telly or something, or rent it out or something along those lines. Now you just WhatsApp with your mates. All those little tools have really, really helped fighters like Conor, and I think it is one of the factors that has really pushed him to stardom.
No,
at the end of the day, he has his own media company. You know what I mean? Like he figured
I wonder
out
how much trouble the Mac Life are in.
Well, I seen that, and I don't know which lads it was from the Mac Life, because I don't know who was over there. Like I know Dave was taking pictures. So you could see him.
Like, you could see him running around taking
pictures. Like, and the
Andrew
embedded lads
was over there.
Was Andrew? Like I don't know if Andrew was there.
Yeah, I follow Andrew.
Did you see
Instagram.
that thing on that I sent you, the flyer?
That was supposed to be in the building.
It was in the building, because I got a couple of messages saying there actually is these are actually going around, and Tommy McCormick shared it as well.
That's crazy though, because mad. I don't know why they would. Yeah, people
because
weren't even
they
probably
over,
just didn't know who was there.
They were over in Vegas and stuff, probably during the Mayweather, so they knew their faces.
speaking of all these like lawsuits, if you're one of the lads that they had on that picture and you're not in Las Vegas, is that not defamation? Or if you're not in Brooklyn, is that not defamation?
No, I don't think it's defamation because you're connected to the character that caused the issue at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, but hold on a minute now. Your brother can go and rob a bank. It doesn't mean you get put in prison because you're connected to him.
Not put in prison, but they're just stopping them from entering because they think.
So if your brother robs a bank and then you go in and try open an account in that bank and they say, no, your brother robbed us, they can't do that.
No, they can't do that. But maybe they're thinking, oh, jeez, all these Irish lads, maybe they're like Connor, they might cause trouble. Because
they can't do that either.
The one thing I was thinking about that Barclays Centre, because that's in New York. At the end of the day, when 9/11 happened, that changed the world, and a thing like security in America is a huge thing. So if they have it on camera, Dana White said it. If the MacLife lads literally just let them in to cause issues like that, imagine what would have happened if something even more serious had happened. You don't know. Someone could have been running around and falling. If something serious could have happened, that could have changed MMA in New York for good. But even that,
it makes too much money. It wouldn't have.
I know it would have. I really would. New York's a different beast because they have those union fuckers that really like to rip apart the UFC.
I remember watching something, and I don't want to go into it too much because I don't know enough about it. But I remember the reason why MMA in New York wasn't legal was because some senator I don't know what it was, but it was sketchy. And anyway,
it was basically one senator kept going against the vote to bring it legal back because it used to be legal. They could do kickboxing events and all that, but they couldn't do grappling. It was a bit weird.
It was something to do with the fajitas and the casinos in Las Vegas.
So in Vegas, there's a certain union. It's like, let's say the Bakers Union. I don't know, whatever it's called, but something along those lines. It's a real kind of real innocent name, but they had so much power in New York as well because unions in New York and big cities in America are connected everywhere, so they have control. So they were paying that senator, apparently paying him to go against it, but he got in big trouble. I think he was found for corruption, and that's what happened when he got caught for corruption. They were like, grand, he's gone, a vote went through, no problem. That's what it was. I had to get the name of it. It was something like the Bakers Union of America or something like that. But no, what did he call them? I'll have to get the name and figure out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out, because I can't even say what I want to say because I'm not really too sure, and I'd rather make sure I'm factual about it. But yeah, it was crazy. Look, it was crazy. It shouldn't have happened. No one's condoning it. The
culinary union. That's what it was. I knew it was bakers or something. The culinary union.
With Ray Borg's injury.
Yeah.
Or suspected injury or whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of serious. But like on the embedded clips, he looks fine.
Yeah.
If he did put up that tweet and then deleted it, that's weird. Even his eye, like, I don't know how Glass would get. Well,
he put it up and look at the picture. His eye, it does look bad, and
he's only 24.
Yeah, he looks about fucking 40.
Yeah.
He looks wrecked.
Then poor Rose was on the bus.
Yeah, but I don't think that. I think
these, like, they're not crazy thing.
And Carolina, I would see her reply after the fight when they were asking her about the bus incident. She's just like, "I'm from Poland."
Yeah. Do you know the only thing that would have been crazy about the whole situation is, you imagine the crazy stuff that goes on in America, you know, shootings and whatnot.
Yeah.
The only thing that I say would be terrifying is if you were on that bus and all that kicked off, the unknown, not knowing what it is. What is it? A terrorist attack? Is someone going to shoot us? What's going on?
That's what you were saying on the bus.
And I think that's why Rose was so shaken, was because the day they arrived in New York the last time, you remember someone was after driving a bus up onto the path.
Yeah, Times Square. Times Square or something. Yeah.
So, as far as you know, that really affected her the last time, and then this time, shit's going on, and it's at her bus. I'd say the poor girl was terrified that this was.
Dana said he had to go into her room and have a chat with her.
Yeah, but she nearly was going to pull out.
Yeah.
Thank God she didn't.
I don't know how much of a publicity that is, but I'd say she was affected by it. Like,
yeah, well, like Rose, like, you know, she has had issues with her. I don't know. She's publicly been honest about suffering with mental health issues and stuff like that. So something like that is obviously going to throw a huge spanner in the works. You think about the mental prep that goes into a fight camp. People always look at the physical prep, you know, the nutritional needs or any of that stuff. Like, but the mental prep is like so important.
I think the mind wins a lot of fights.
Yeah, of course. Like everybody knows. We've talked about them before. We know those people who are good in the gym, them fail in front of
The lights, under the lights.
And then you have those people who aren't technically great or aren't, you know,
They're not
amazing.
head kicks.
But when the referee says go, they just put it all together.
Yeah, exactly.
But what a night it was. The craziness that surrounded Khabib. Yeah, the craziness for Khabib. Like, he had originally been slated to fight. Name's gone on my head.
Oh, Jesus. Actually, it's gone on my head now. Sorry, Ferguson.
Ferguson falls over a wire, hurts his knee.
Falls over a fucking
They give
wire.
Max Holloway a shout. Yo, Max, what's up? Want to fight? Max Holloway's like, yeah, bruh. So he flies in. He goes through fight week.
I like that Hawaiian accent. That was alright.
You like that? Thanks.
Yeah.
He goes through fight week, and then the New York State Athletic Commission stop him. Max didn't stop. Max didn't quit the weight cut himself. They stopped him when he got underneath 160.
Is that what it was?
He was under 160, and they didn't like the way he looked, so he stopped. But
he's a skinny motherfucker anyway.
But you know what? He cuts the 45.
Yeah.
And that were like, and then there was the craziness.
I would go with Lockhart's what you call it.
But you know, you can't be too mad at him. At the end of the day, safety is paramount. So that happens. Then they have this ridiculous scenario where they don't give Paul Felder the fight because he's not ranked. Who makes the rankings?
And
if
Pettis wanted $1 million.
Hold on a minute, because if you're not going to give someone a fight because he's not ranked, where was George St. Pierre on the rankings for middleweight?
185. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and that's what I watched the video before of an MMA fighter in the
When
Congress.
Conor fought Jose Aldo, he wasn't number one contender, was he either?
But I'm saying that there was a video there a while ago, and it was obviously when they were arguing against legalizing MMA or whatever. But it's kind of a famous video now. It's a couple of years old, and one of the fighters is genuinely saying to, is it Mark Ratner, the fella that used to be the Las Vegas commission, and he's like, he literally used that. He was like, George St. Pierre wasn't ranked when he fought Michael Bisping and this, that, the other, and because it looks like they're trying to get it's the whole fighters union thing. They're real lads who are behind it all, like they're real intelligent fighters. But he was making that point. He was like, rankings mean nothing, and that's what your man, like the Mark Ratner, whoever it was. Don't quote me on Mark Ratner, but it was one of the commissioner heads, and he was like, but GSP was the 170 champion and he's a pound for pound. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you don't get to pick.
It doesn't mean anything. Like, I could be the fucking
the rankings
pound for
in the
pound.
UFC don't mean shit anymore.
It never. If you think about it, Shane,
to be honest,
it really never meant shit.
I would go as far as saying the titles in the UFC don't really mean much anymore. They really don't. Do you know what the titles mean? You want to fight that night.
No,
they're crazy because
I would go a little bit against that. I think at the end of the day, Bellator, Cage Warriors, whatever show they are in the world, at the end of the day, when people come into the UFC, it's a different level. It's the cream of the crop. It's the top of the top fighters at the end of the day. Like, you can't say nothing about, like, the fighters in Bellator. Excuse me. Frank Mir, he's a little bit old. Ryan Elson, he got battered a few times. Like, they're saying Phil Davis is great. Yeah, Phil Davis is good.
Mr. Wonderful.
Ryan Bader, great. 2 fighters out of about 10 fighters taken that wasn't in their prime. Benson Henderson got battered. Mousasi because
Benson Henderson just beat Roger Huerta.
Yeah, but that
was crazy seeing that
Roger
fight.
Hasn't fought in like 5 years.
Roger is a super nice guy. When I was over in Thailand a couple of years ago, he was in Tiger training a couple of times. He's a really nice guy. It was nice seeing Henderson versus Huerta.
Yeah,
like for old school's sake, like that was like, Jesus, that's mad.
See the
Ben,
Pettis,
I fight with a toothpick in my mouth, Mr. Henderson.
The Pettis Benson. The Pettis Benson Henderson fight when they fought years ago in that cage was the first fight when I saw that kick off the cage. I physically jumped up in the air and was like, "Oh my god!"
That was a crazy moment.
It was just one of those moments. It was like the hand of God in football. It was whatever. Think about another sport. I don't know. When you talk about fucking who was your man now, Hurley or Guy in Ireland, Paddy O'Shea, and they always talk about him like he's done a lot of great things and all that when it comes to sport. But it was one of those moments that I think that I'll never forget watching a fight. And like, I have forgot about certain fights. I did forget Uriah Faber fought Frankie Edgar at one point in my life.
I would never have exposed you for that, but that's okay. Kev asked me one time, he was like, do you know who I'd really like to see Frankie Edgar fight? Uriah Faber. I was like, happened already.
Yeah,
and did it?
And I was a California kid fan.
Do you remember Anthony Pettis knocked out Joe Lawson with that head kick?
Yeah.
Speaking of Joe Lawson.
Yeah, did you watch that fight?
Yeah.
This is one thing I wanted to bring up to you, right? Now, it's a thing that I've been thinking about the last while. Yeah, because I fought before, whatever, you fought before. there's an age number. So I'm 28, you're 28, okay? But I think there's a fighting age number, and Joe Lozon's about 47. Like, he's like 28,
I
isn't
see
he?
what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's taken, like, if you watch a lot of his fights, he does take a lot more damage than he should, because he was always a good submission specialist. He was always good on the ground, and he had a bit of hands, and any countdown and stuff you see, he's always working.
Remember
on his
he
hands.
beat Jens Pulver all them years ago?
Yeah.
He came out. I think there was something. I think there's a bigger issue in the Joe Lozon fight. The reason why I'm going to say that is because he fought differently to what I've seen him before. He went for it at the start.
He went for it,
which tells me something. And what it tells me is there was an issue, and he wanted to finish that fight as fast as he could. But then I also think if there was an issue and he's getting bashed, why his coaches didn't stop the fight sooner?
Well, I think in my opinion, from looking at just from my high level view of whatever his life has gone, I think that he might think, because at one point he was too young for it to watch. Like, he was ripping through a lot of people, and I know he has his own gym and all that stuff now. I think he gets lads in to train with him and stuff like that. But I think a little bit of ego. I think a little bit of ego where he was essentially fighting with his face. Like, he was taking too many shots that he genuinely. He took a few shots there. It's like he could have just shot.
I'm confused as what you mean. It was a little bit of ego with fighting with his face.
No. I think, like, a lot of his fights are always good, and he's always entertaining. Okay. But
yeah, he has so many performance bonuses.
Yeah, but he has so many tilts. The thing is, he does have.
You mean he doesn't have to stand up?
Yes, but he has those tilts where the shots he was taking during that fight, he could have taken the guy down. He could have. Alright, or he could have started working on to get him down. He could have clinched him up. He has that pedigree level of grappling or clinch style. His hands aren't as good as you think they are. I've seen a few of the background stuff where he just be working on his boxing. And he's wearing 18-ounce gloves, and he thinks because he wear 18-ounce gloves it helps with speed or something. I don't know what that is. Maybe he has bad hands. Maybe that could have been an issue. But I think that because he's not in the limelight as he used to be, maybe there's a thing in his head saying, listen, I need to make this a big good fight, that I need to fucking put on a show. Get a bonus, get a fight night bonus. But because his corner looked after him very well, but not as early as it should been. He took way too much damage.
Do you know the crazy? I don't, it's a hard place, because, you know, when someone carves out a career, and, you know, they're the fighter,
and he's not a thick bloke either.
It's a hard thing, yeah, exactly. But it's a hard thing to take them from that. You know what I mean? And I imagine being the coach, looking at someone who has carved the path for themselves as what he's doing now. Yeah. It's hard. And the thing, your man is it Grutzmeyer? Your man's name.
Oh, it was a weird name. Yeah, I remember trying to.
But he wasn't hitting him with, like, you know, Dan Henderson overhand.
No, it was
a cumulative.
I was gonna say whatever it was.
It was a number of shots that started to just then open up, and then there was elbows, and, you know, Joe started pissing blood then. So it's a hard situation, but you know who I want to talk about? Your man is a beat.
I knew you were gonna bring him up.
Yeah,
like I was watching that fight, and you don't like. I don't know how many fights I've watched. I probably watched over 10,000 fights. I don't know, and I've fucking been at them, whatever. But every time he threw a shot, I was just looking at his technique and how a lot of stuff was clean the first two rounds. The last round was a little bit dodgy because he looked like his cardio wasn't there.
He looked human.
He looked human at the end of the day. But, like, he was throwing spinning hook kicks, and he caught your man behind the ear, I think, with one of the spinning hook kicks, and he was trying to spin a back fist. He was throwing stuff. He was pulling stuff out of the bleeding wardrobe.
The last 10 seconds of that fight,
I was like, oh, come on, keep going, don't get knocked out.
Kevin Doyle, ladies and gentlemen, in bed.
I'm coughing when I'm trying to talk.
Kirsty, you lucky woman.
But I was like, don't get knocked out, please. This lad has good rough hands. If he catches him solid, he might put him out. I was like, grand, he's alright, he can move on now to the next fight. He wants Yair Rodriguez.
That good. Whoa. Has he said that?
He wants Yair Rodriguez.
Wow, that's a good fight.
Joe couldn't hear it.
That would be like Swiss Army knife versus Swiss Army knife.
I don't.
They both have some.
I don't know. It will, like, who was his coach?
Did you see the sweep?
I did see the sweep.
Holy shit!
But his
what
coach
are you doing,
is,
man?
Mark Henry, isn't it?
That's not fair. It's an illegal. You're an illegal fighter. You can't bring that matrix shit in and use it on normal fighters. How tough is that guy? What was his name?
I'm gonna get his name because it was something like boat shock or something like that. But that lad, if he had a copped on a little bit and like maybe worked on his actual in and out distance shots a little bit better, and well, your man was about fucking a foot and a half taller than your man's a beat, but he could
Featherweights, how big is he?
it was Kyle Bochniak. But
yeah.
the thing is, exactly what you're saying, Zabit doesn't look like a featherweight. Like
He looks like
like
Fellaini off Man United.
yeah, but I think I don't know football, but yeah, I know you're on about. But I think where the lad with the big hair, isn't it? Yeah, I knew it was right. Yes. It's like, I don't watch football. Fucking gimp millionaires running around the pitch.
I know, yeah.
But yeah. So they were
I
fighting.
like this stuff. It's nice.
I know it's getting really, and you're whacking through the bottle. We're gonna be locked at the end of this thing.
Yeah, listen.
Right, one more.
I drink whiskey.
Yeah, so do I, but I'll be fucking twisted. But anyway, so the fight was going on, and I was watching it. I was like, right, this lad Kyle Bochniak, whatever his name is, yes, Zabit has great hands, great feet, great wrestling, great fucking everything. And apparently his coach has been texting Joe Rogan apparently about saying he's the best in the gym that he's ever seen. But I think if that kid had of I call him a kid, he's probably older than me. I don't know. Bochniak, maybe he's younger than me. I think I'm too. I think I'm younger than I am.
Old, man.
I know.
I don't remember getting old, but it happens.
But I think if he had been a little bit
happy
smarter,
Charles. We just said we're old.
Yes, Charles, we're old. Okay, men of a certain age. But anyway, I think basically if he had a copped on a little bit with his coach would have said, listen, get your hands up, work the shots, use your distance in and out. He could have pulled off maybe a better score of a fight. I don't know if he could have won it, but I think he could have done a little bit better because the beat had his distance down the first 20
I don't know.
seconds
I don't know if he could have done anything differently. You know, as a fighter, you have your skills, and that is what you have to work with.
Yeah.
His best skill or his best quality was the fact that he did not give a fuck.
No, he didn't. He didn't care. Like
distance was in Zabit's hands and only Zabit's hands.
Yeah, like he's a bit like you with a little bit more muscle on. He was long bastard. He was.
Fuck you.
What? You're not known for your muscles.
Bochniak, whatever it was.
Bochniak.
Sorry, pal.
That was so dumb. Sorry, pal, for not remembering your name.
But I thought what he did was great.
Yeah.
He stared in his face. He got in his face, and the crazy thing was he was like getting hit, and he was like, "Yeah, come on." Yeah. Like that is my nightmare. Like, go away, you freak. Get out of my face. I just elbowed you 17 times. Why are you still...
I think you said that before when we were sparring. You were like, yeah, I was hitting you, blah, blah, blah. And you just hit me with a big overhand right. And it's like, when you pressure somebody, they get uncomfortable. And if especially
when they're doing what he was doing, going, come on.
He was literally going, come on. And smiling at him and big teeth. But the fight, I really enjoyed the fight. I'll give it that. Like, it was, at the end of it, obviously, it was the best part of it. But watching your man to be fighting, he cleans up his cardio. He tightens up a little bit of his kicks and stuff like that.
What is up with Dagestan? I
know, but at the end of the day, like, if, for example, Khabib is wrestling bears at 9, what's he doing? You know what I mean? Like, what's his
kickboxing them?
Exactly. But you don't know. Like Dagestan, like, a lot of the guys that's on Khabib's record, we don't know them. We don't know their names. But I was saying that to you before. All these lads look like they're beasts. So all these lads that Khabib have beaten could be number one contenders in the UFC.
Do you know who actually I want to give a shout out to, and I unfortunately missed the show, and I know I'm going completely separate here, but little Liam Hand.
Oh, I was there. I put up a couple of videos. That kid.
Did you see the picture that Jerry took? Jerry took a picture. Jerry from KO Media, great photographer, took a picture of Liam and his team in the ring afterwards. Yeah. See if you can get it there. Round and shared it. Liam must be 15, maybe 16, and the kid is built. Like, his shoulders and his chest, I was like, Jesus Christ.
He's a good little fighter, Shane. Like, you said it to me about him before.
But that fight was the perfect fight to show the evolution of his game with Gabor. That it was just in and out, and the combination.
Gabor's one of the lads you used to train, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gabor was my coach for a while.
Yeah,
absolutely, just a lovely man, really, really nice man.
I've heard a few people saying that to me.
If you if you don't train well, you better be prepared for some low kicks. That guy can kick, but little Liam Hand.
There's Liam Hand there. That's the youngster there. He's just.
But there's a picture.
Go on. Oh, is he 15? The internet is fucking really slow. Go forward to the right. There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, that lad's in. Yeah, he's yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, we're sitting there looking at 15-year-old kids. But
Liam Hand, you're a little beast.
yep, little beast.
But
Don't know why I did that, 'cause
round show.
apparently every fighter does that in photos. You ever noticed that? Every fighter.
But yeah,
Ronan show. It was. I enjoyed it a lot. Like,
do you know what was great about that? It was Ronan's first show, but everyone was talking about it. I heard so
Yeah,
many people talking about it.
because Ronan's such a nice guy, and as I was like, I think you were even saying it in the interview, like people don't realize his quality of his background, like, the titles he has.
He
and
is a
he's
legit,
a beast.
yeah.
Like, so, and he's a nice guy. So if you have a coach who knows what he's talking about, who can give you that what's the word? Instruction, smart or intelligently wise, and then you go out and use it, or if you don't use it, whatever, but you can give you that, and they're looking after you. People will like you. And
There was also another fight with Conor Ryan from Kamikaze
Mm.
and one of Ronan's guys, was it?
I think it was.
And you were raving about it.
I was fucking.
They bashed each other.
Yeah,
A lot of blood involved as well.
punching the fuck out of each of them team uppers were. Yeah, that was a good fight. I'll have to get Connor's.
Do you know what else I saw? I saw Bama have released a load of fights.
A few.
I think Dylan Manning is
Dylan
now,
Manning's fighting. Kiefer's fighting.
yeah, Kiefer's fighting Josh Plant.
Your man Fabian.
Fabian Edwards
Fabian
is fighting
Edwards is
Claudio Conti.
Yeah, Dean Barry's obviously fighting Patrick Bly. There's a good few fights going to be on that card.
Steve Owens is fighting Richard Coyley's last, the Daniel Olinchek.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's fighting Daniel Olinchek. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I didn't see that one.
And the guy who beat Steve Owens, Maciek, is at the game matched up as well.
With Carl Caddick. Carl Caddick?
Carl McCulloch?
Carl
No, Carl
McCulloch, no.
McCulloch is not him. I don't know who Carl McCulloch
I thought Carl was on that.
No, Carl is, but I don't know who his opponent is.
Yeah.
But something interesting about Dylan Manning.
Mm.
Last time I saw him fight, I'm not sure if it's the last fight, so it was against Stuart Mulpeer, and that was on
Yeah.
Cage Legacy down in Cork. That was a crazy fight. Like, Dylan Manning dominated that fight. Was all over Stuart Mulpeer, but typical of the blood that runs through his veins, Mulpeers don't give a fuck. pulls out a triangle choke.
Put that on the family crest. Mo Pierce don't give a
But he pulls out a triangle choke, and just, it was one of the craziest moments I've been at and witnessed live. But Stuart Mulpeer, that was for the middleweight title. So he wins the middleweight title. He's now dropping down to welterweight and is fighting John Mitchell.
Yeah. John's good. I've seen him
For
fight a few times.
all the belts. They're
Yeah.
having, I don't know what exactly it is. I'm not sure what show it's on. I don't know where it's for one of John's titles anyway, but all the belts are on the line. Domestically, that's a great fight.
Yeah.
That is a fucking great fight. John Mitchell is on an absolute tear, fighting everywhere, fighting multiple styles, boxing, Thai boxing, mixed martial arts. Doesn't give a fuck. I seen he was sparring in the SPG recently as well. So that kid, but you have him, and then you have a Mulpeer.
That's going to be a good fight.
So you're gonna have the technical style of John Mitchell, MMA,
MMA.
the technical style of John, against the I don't give a fuck what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do me anyway. Stuart Mulpeer. So domestically, that's a great fight. I'm not sure what show it's on. I'd be inclined to say Cage Legacy.
Yeah.
I think it might be Cage Legacy.
Cage Legacy pulling out a good few
Good old
fights.
Deco. Good
But
Deco.
Deco's lads was fighting on that card as well the other night. They're doing very well. Like, but
I seen David Ola and Noel Tucker got a draw on that.
I was watching that fight. Yeah, like the two of them seem like they negate each other's styles. Like David's picking his shots.
Has a left arm like a pistol.
Yeah,
and
but
Noel
he's
just coming at you.
but Niall, like Dave was picking his shots, but then Niall was like ba 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 ba. So yeah, Dave was getting the, but Niall was getting the ba 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 ba.
I like the evolution of Noel's game with Colm McComba. I trained with Noel for a while, and we were each other's main sparring partners for a long
I
time.
always thought Niall was southpaw.
Noel has this tough come forward style.
Another kickboxer though as well.
Huh?
Another kickboxer,
Yeah,
by the way.
black belt in
He's
kickboxing.
a black
as well.
belt with Liam Whelan.
But he has a tough come at you style where he doesn't care. He's just kind of keep coming
Good bastard to spar.
and throws so much, just
Yeah.
volume and volume and volume. I'm delighted to see Niall doing as well as he is. Like, you know, I
Yeah.
know he had that Cage Legacy title for a while. I know he lost it, but he's doing some good things. And David Ola is a beast as well. Like that left arm.
And even on that, actually, a weird kind of caveat. David's coach Ushin, I seen him get his BJJ brown belt there very recently.
Oisin's a sound guy, really
Oisin's
nice
a lovely
guy.
bloke. I went
Has fighters. It's Compound Team Rhino now, isn't it? Something like that.
compound training system, and then I think it's Compound Team Rhino. But like Oisin's been gone for a long time. Me and Oisin were, when I was in college, Oisin ran the MMA intervarsities and the BJJ intervarsities.
The competition's coming up soon, isn't it?
That's coming up on the 28th of April, and I was thinking about trying to compete in it, but I'm too fat and I haven't been training for like 2 weeks. So
We trained last week.
I was training last week for a little bit, Shane, but I got a chest infection on Wednesday, so I haven't touched anything. I've done anything.
You got choked out.
I got choked out by him.
But no, I just wanted to give a shout out to the local scene and just talk about what was going on.
Submission Grappling Ireland, Submission Grappling Ireland, and it's the 28th of no, it's on the Sunday. So I'm just gonna, so we know exactly what date it's on. It's on the Sunday, and it's on the 29th of April. Yeah, it's on the 29th of April, and it's up in the DCU Sports Complex.
Yeah, so
that's a serious competition. It's only
and
it's the second
Oisin
one.
runs a good show.
Oisin's always run a good show. Even when he done his first couple of ones in college, everything was just ran smoothly, and he would never let anybody. What's the best way to say it? Never let anybody sandbag. It was. He would always look after people, and he would always make sure there was no fucking around with certain kind of competitions. Like it was good. Like
his show was run like a girl going on a first date.
Whose show?
Smooth. You're welcome, Oisin.
Yeah, I like that.
But anyway, back to the UFC.
Right.
Khabib. Anyway, the big circus.
Let's bring it back, because we want to get a couple of fights in before we finish up. Right. Let's bring it back. We got Khabib, we got Rose, and then we had Joe Lawson. Talk to me about Joanna and fucking Rose. What was your opinion on? Everybody kept saying about, like, Joanna hasn't changed her style, and Rose negated her style for 70% of the fight. The last couple of rounds, they were a little bit iffy because she was getting caught a few times. But Rose with that head movement, she was getting her shots in the left, and she was gone. Beautiful.
The only thing that Joanna did really of any heavy merit was those low kicks were heavy.
The low kicks were good,
and they were
and that left leg was wrecked.
Yeah,
it was wrecked.
And that's just a testament to how strong Rose is and how strong-minded she is. Because as we've alluded to, she does have her issues. But I just think
you like that word, don't you? Alluded to,
yeah. You've said like about 1 million times tonight.
I say
haven't
genuinely about 400 times.
I say obviously all the time. But anyway, Rose. Now I know Joanna brought up the stats, and she said, you know, she threw more or landed more or whatever it was. You can't look at a piece of paper and say that's who won the fight.
You cannot do that.
The fight in action, and the truth of it was, Rose's game plan was just at times, it was so much better. She was in and she was out. She was out of the way. She was there. She landed. She was gone. It was beautiful to watch, and for females and for like small girls.
The fight was just constant.
Just like
it was a kickboxing match in a cage.
Here's what I'm gonna say, right? And this is where I'm gonna give them their props. If Khabib and Al fought the way Rose and Joanna fought, it would be up there as one of the best fights ever.
In
you know what I mean?
History, yeah.
Technical. It was a stand-up fight, so it's not boring for the fans who don't know jiu-jitsu or grappling. It was stand-up, trading leather for 5 rounds.
5 rounds, yeah.
And it was beautiful to watch. It wasn't boring at all.
It was beautiful.
You have Joanna's tough Polish, like, I am the champion. I'm the boogie woman. Like, now, like
the whole thing with her, the whole thing she was saying about her last fight with the weight and the chin and all this type of shit. Like, I kind of agree, because Rose was hitting her. She caught her with that left hook a few times. She caught her with the fucking kitchen sink, for fuck's sake. She was catching her with a lot of stuff, but and Joanna took it. And she did. I think I would give it 3 to 2 rounds. What the judges gave it, but
the crazy thing about that is that what happens now? Because I don't want to see it again. I think Joanna needs to go off.
They're saying Rose is going to fight. Is it Jessica Andrade? Am I wrong with the weight classes? Am I wrong? I'll double check myself. I think it was Jessica Andrade, because
I don't think you're wrong with the weight class.
Because I was saying to you when I was watching, was it Jessica Andrade, and I was watching her fight before, and I think she's at that level now.
You can tell Kevin's worried when he's bouncing his fingers off those keyboards. He's like,
I just want to double check. Jessica Andrade. Yeah, strawweight. So, I think they're talking about Jessica Andrade at the moment to fight her. Now, yeah, she's number
You
2.
see what she
apparently.
said after the fight?
She said that she's the queen and bow down to me and all this shit.
No, Rose was like, she was being asked about the leg kicks, and she was like, "I'd live with Pat Barry."
Yeah, exactly.
I am with
He
Pat
wakes
Barry.
me up kicking me.
He's a UFC. Well, he's a former UFC heavyweight. He has some of the best low kicks
Exactly.
ever.
He does. He really does. Like, but
So if you're watching this and your picture has just disappeared,
camera died. Blame Shane.
yeah, you can blame me because the camera is my responsibility and I messed up. So yeah, that's my fault.
So yeah, as you were saying, Rose lives with Pat and she can take leg kicks all day, but
I can't believe that happened.
fuck, it's not the end of the world, Shane. But even on that, like, with her and Pat and Joanna and Rose, I think the fight in general, as Rose said, she was the better man on the night, and she did. She said, "I'm the better man." Now I might be wrong, but I think she did actually say that.
I'm the better man.
She did. She said, "I'm the better man," but and then like,
oh no, I don't agree with that.
I think she was. Well,
no, the feminist in me is screaming, "You're
the
not a man!"
No, the better fighter, okay? But then, like, you talk about Joanna, and then the one thing she seems to fix was her weight. She was 114 when she weighed in. So, but she didn't change her game plan. She was doing the usual style where she throws that left, and she thinks a fighter's going to basically come in on the left, and she'll catch them.
See, my thing with Joanna is I think the mystique is gone. I think the boogie woman image is gone.
People have figured it out.
She's been shown to be human.
Yeah.
And the fear is almost like, Rose has shown you don't show any fear towards Joanna, and you keep your mental game strong.
Yeah.
If you have the skills to keep up with her
what
skills.
was she doing, reciting the Lord's Prayer during the last fight?
Yeah, that's a bit strange, but it worked. She should keep doing that. But I want to talk about Khabib and Al, because there's been...
Al has balls. That's what I'll say first of all, before anything.
What do you think about Joe Rogan's commentary? He's had to come out and apologise.
Yeah, but I don't think he should have apologised, because he should be able to say what he wants at the end of the day.
Yes and no.
What do you think?
I do believe he can say stuff to a certain degree. I don't think he can say what he wants.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's in a position to give commentary, and he was given commentary. Sometimes it was.
No, sorry to cut you off, but I like Jimmy Smith and him commentating.
No,
I enjoyed it.
No,
did you not enjoy it?
No, and I
think they were having too much crack, like we do.
I think Joe got frustrated.
Do you think so?
Jimmy he just kept stating obvious.
Yeah, and he was talking about submission positions, and he was like, she could have got the. I'm like, talk about it, but don't go too much detail, buddy, because nobody knows.
He kept saying a lot of obvious things, and a couple of times I think I could hear Joe just go. I literally, yeah.
In his mind.
Yeah. But no, Joe obviously has a difficult position when you're commentating.
Yeah.
He has to provide commentary and give updates to the fight as it's progressing. I think his mistake sometimes is he can be too far left or too far right. In
Joe?
terms of, he can be too far one fighter. Like he said, said Khabib looked amateurish.
Well, the reason Khabib looked amateurish is because I'll agree one thing.
Did he lose a round?
No. But
did he win? Did he win more than one round by 10-8?
Yeah, I know. But here's my reason.
Where's the amateurish?
No, here's why I think Joe was saying amateurish. I think that at the end of the day, if Khabib had been training for Ferguson, okay, yes, Ferguson has a great jiu-jitsu game, okay, but he also has an awkward striking game. So Khabib should have been training a bit more striking. So maybe Joe in his head was like, why isn't this lad throwing kicks and this, that, the other?
He did. He threw a spinning heel kick.
I mean, really making a little bit of a show of it, not just as doing a Khabib fight, like doing a Khabib essentially. And I think that's maybe what he was getting at a little bit, that he wasn't putting himself out there, because at the end of the day now we have 3 champions. We have Conor, Ferguson and Khabib now.
Khabib is a nightmare.
He's a nightmare for anybody.
He doesn't care what you throw. He doesn't care what you do, what you can do. He doesn't care who you are. No. He's just going to keep marching forward.
Hence why I don't think he was scared of Conor during all that qualification.
Did you see the embedded video where he was like, send me location?
Yep, it was easy. Like 1-on-1, 10-on-1. And it was just like, send me location.
He was literally like someone who had just slaughtered 100 school kids and didn't care.
He didn't care.
He just had that look in his eyes like...
There's a different level between living in Russia and like in Russia, mad stuff happens over there. They do be attacking fucking people on trains just because they look gay. Like it's weird shit over
Yeah,
there.
that whole situation.
Like
mate,
it's crazy.
Homosexuality is crazy. in
But
Russia.
over there, like it's a different level. We are so looked after in Europe and in the Western world, as you say. Like for Khabib, I say he was literally on the bus going, yeah, if I go out there I can fight Conor, but then I don't have my 10 guys around, so I might just get hopped on by 10 guys, and I like it'll take the beating. I know.
Because what happened on the bus was they thought they were getting shot at, or they thought something. I saw something anyway, and one of the guys thought it was the Russian mafia coming to attack Khabib.
Really?
Yeah, and Khabib turned around and said,
"They're my friends."
No, this is what he said. he goes, "I'm used to this. Let me off the bus."
Same the way your one Carolina said, "I'm from Poland."
Now, a lot of people give Conor stick for this stop me, don't stop me. Like, where you...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're grabbing me but hold me back and stuff
The
like
same
that.
applies to Khabib there.
Yeah.
If you want to go off that bus and you're good at grappling as much as you say you are, or you have shown you are, one man isn't going to keep you on that bus.
No, but...
You didn't get off the bus, so don't but maybe.
But it was only
you
him.
did not get off that
bus. But it
bus.
wasn't only him and his manager on the bus, and you could hear
Don't
him
give two fucks.
But the thing is...
If you're going to play that game, you're going to act like you're a legit
it wasn't,
gangster.
and as well, it wasn't a normal bus. It was one of those real small compact things, so I don't think it would have been open the door as easy as you think it would on a normal kind of public bus.
Could have climbed out the broken window.
Yeah. But I think overall, like in the fight, Al was a gamer from the start. He doesn't give a fuck. Khabib did what he usually does, and at the end of the day, you're right, Shane. He beat the fuck out of Al. He made a shot. He won every round, and he done exactly what he done with Michael Johnson. He is able to hold a man down, and essentially just didn't he talk to Al's corner or something? He said something along. I think he said like good game to Al's corner, maybe during the fight or after the bell was rung or something, in between rounds. It was where I think it was something along those lines.
All I know is, right,
I think his training is just so high level. He doesn't give a shit.
after the fight, you said undefeated, undisputed.
Yeah.
UFC. No, you're not.
He's not undisputed.
No, you're clearly not undisputed.
There's two other lads he has to fight.
Right, exactly. I think Tony and him is going to fight. I do think they're going to make that. I don't think Conor's going to fight this year.
I disagree. I think it's Conor going to be in December because they have a Russia card booked for December. Oh, not September, sorry, September. I think a few people have mentioned it and said it, and as far as I know, they put their calendar. They usually put a year calendar out. They're trying to get an event in Russia at the moment, and usually when the events, they get contacted by the.
If that's the case, and Conor does fight Khabib, I'm worried.
For Conor, I'm worried in general because Russia's a different country. So, like, if Conor's running around there and anything happens the way,
I don't think Conor's next fight is Khabib.
Did you not think so?
No. I think
it really should be Nate Diaz. At the end of the day, they're 1-1. They really are 1-1. Conor beat him on a decision. The first one.
People love that idea of that fight. I'm not really.
I really think it'll be a good fight, and it's the only fight Nate Diaz seems like he wants.
I feel like I've seen it enough. You know what I mean? But listen, we've had a bit of a disaster here tonight, so we don't want to
do much
longer with this without the video.
Seeing our beautiful faces.
Exactly.
Well, you're a beautiful face, Shane.
And plus, that whiskey has been flown.
Yeah, it started off as a 3/4 bottle, and now it's under half. It's under half.
But this has been episode number
4.
Episode
4. We're doing
all right. Jesus, we're one after 3, 1 before 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen,
that's the most obvious statement ever.
Exactly. Shout out to Gym Nutrition. Do you know what? Actually, my diet has been.
So is mine. I ate a tub of Ben & Jerry's today.
Yeah, it's been shite, and do you know what? I'm feeling it. You know, that lethargic.
Yeah, it's the water and it's the bloatedness. Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly what you're on about.
I'm gonna be going back up to Charles and getting sorted. I need to, because I've been a ball boy lately in terms of my diet. IrishFighting.com again as always. Fusco's of Meatry as always. You know, for being ever so hospitable.
Yep. Exactly.
That coffee.
Yeah.
But listen, episode 4 is in the bag. This is just a quick little episode we wanted to get out there as always. Next week we'll be back, bigger and better.
As usual.
Right, ScrapChat episode 4, lads.
Yep.
Peace.
And we're knuckle bumping as we speak.
Yeah.